So I'm just going to use some very fluid black acrylic. This is my little card I made for the winter solstice, which I hadn't quite finished. I've lost my water. Oh yeah, that'll do. And get a bit of tissue. So I'm just doing these cards on, I've just got little kind of ply boards. You can get these on Amazon or online. You can get sets of them, I think. And I'm just going to, as I said, I was just doing one for the winter solstice, which I'm just going to finish off. I think I'm going to bring some of the trees or a tree to the foreground. I've built up, so there's a moon and then there's the kind of symbol of the kind of sun, the light coming through for the beginning of the sun coming back a bit earlier, having lighter days slowly but surely. And then I have the barn owl's been quite symbolic for me. It keeps coming up. I'm going to be using it. So I'm sort of showing you this because on Monday, in what was known as La La Club, is now Soulfully Creative Circle. We're looking at sort of using symbols, bringing in our sacred symbols. So it's things that may have come up for you. So for me, my birthday is in February, so it's coming up quite soon. Another year older. Embrace. Don't think about it too much. I'm a little bit nervous about going over my owl, but anyway, let's just do it. Do I want to go right in the middle? Yeah, I'm just going to draw. I'm just going to concentrate. I can't concentrate on more than one thing at once. Just gently going to paint that in. But what I was saying, for my last birthday, my husband bought me, we do collect sort of old taxidermy, mainly birds, and I received, just bringing this in, the roots, I received a taxidermied barn owl, which was quite a shock. So she's in the sitting room now. But the barn owl has been sort of fairly consistent over the year. Just little things, you know, on cards, or I've just noticed it. And then this Christmas, my friend gave me a Christmas card, specifically with this owl, which I'm now painting all over. And I just thought of how perfect it was for my winter solstice card that I'm making. So I'll be making this into like a little affirmation card. And I'll show you some other bits in a minute. But then you see, so what I'm sort of trying to sort of vaguely get to, slowly but surely, is this idea. So I was saying for Monday evening, it's working out what your sacred symbols are and then making a kind of intention. That might be a page in your journal or in your sketchbook, or it might be, you might want to make a card. So I'm just conscious of my husband wandering around outside. And sorry, I'm doing lots of umming and ahhing. I can't concentrate. I can't seem to think about more than one thing at once. But yeah, so what I'm sort of asking you if you want to come along, it's just going to be on Zoom, as it usually is. You're very welcome. You can either donate or you can come for free. Just let me know if you want the Zoom code. But what I'd kind of ask you to prepare is kind of working out what your sacred symbols are for 2022. And it's fun because you're going to make a little picture for you, not for anybody else. And I sort of see them as like a talisman, a little kind of guide, a visual guide. Let's just, I don't want to go over my L too much. And you'll place this either on the wall or have it close to you over the coming year. And so just see if this, think about maybe what has come up. It's sort of symbols that kind of that come to you a lot. So it might be a particular plant, it might be an animal or a bird, it might be something in nature, it might be something completely different. And just see how that comes up. And then if it's something that keeps repeating itself, sort of synchronicities that just keep appearing, go onto Google and just literally look up what is the symbolism of X. So in my case, it's been the barn owl. So I shall bring my ideas and to the session tomorrow for my piece. And the other thing I've had that keeps, oh, that's what I was going to quickly say, what with the bird, with the owl. So she keeps sort of turning up. But the other night I was picking my son up. It's a gorgeous night. And as we turned into our lane, the barn owl was sitting on a sign, the kind of, public walking path, and it just looked at us, and you saw this, it was just sort of so illuminated through the car light, in this clear night with the moon in the background, and it just flew off sort of majestically. It was beautiful, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I got quite excited, as you can probably imagine. So yeah, it's just those sort of things that come up. So my other symbol, it was really exciting. You might have had to have been there. The other thing that keeps coming up for me is a hand. So it's either the Hamza hand or a mystical hand, however you want to kind of, or however I'm going to interpret it. I'm going to go for all of it really. And so I'm going to sort of look up what sort of comes up for that. So for instance, for that, it's sort of always there. I've got jewellery with it, with the Hamza hand on, and I'd sort of really love all that. I then bought, Nick, we've got a new front door over Christmas, which is another kind of, I'm really interested in feng shui. So having a nice front door is a good thing. And we had an old, not very nice, particularly attractive or pleasant door. So that's all been changed and it's lovely. But I bought some new bits for it, i.e. a knocker, and I bought a Hamza hand, beautiful brass, gorgeous. And then for Christmas, a friend of mine bought me anthropology, which I love. But I haven't got them here, they're in the kitchen. A plate and mug with again, I wouldn't say it was a Hamza hand, but it was a hand that's just beautiful. So I'm going to make myself for tomorrow night either a lino or a rubber cut. So I've got a stamp for it. So I'll be able to use that and sort of repeat, but it's something I'll be able to use again and again. I don't want to go over her eyes. There we are. So I've just got my little tree coming to the foreground. So it's that sort of thing. And then maybe if you wanted to, sort of bring in a bit of collage, it might be like I've brought in my owl from the cards. It might be some cards that you've been drawn to, and you're happy to sort of chop them up. I know you can't see her flying, but I know she's there. And then I'll work out, I know I keep swapping and chopping, my mind's all over the place. I will then write somewhere in there the intention that or the mantra that I set for the winter solstice. But yes, for you could either, as I say, do it in the page of your sketchbook. It can just be on a piece of paper. It could be on a bit of cardboard, something you're going to throw away. You could use a canvas, or as I say, a little board, and then just work out what's come to you. and find imagery or think about how you might portray it. It might be that you look something up on Google and you print it out and cut it out and use it that way. It could just be with words, with pattern. It could be repeat. It could be a, sort of structured image. Lots of different ways for you to do it. I'll probably be using a board. I'm not entirely sure exactly what I'm going to do. I've got some other cards that I've done here. Some are work in progress, i.e. that one and that one. I mean, I've kind of used the serpent in there and then a bit of collage. That's hummingbirds, but you can't see them. So I've got to do, these are all been working on flowers. We've incorporated a bit of print, stamping, stenciling. This is like a root chakra, so I was using the flower there. I like bringing in the roots. Actually, those roots are better than those roots. I might have to kind of go back on that. I'm not sure where I'm going with that, but I'm kind of, keen to sort of create this circle, this sun or the moon within my work. So I'm probably going to do a board tomorrow with my symbolism, my sacred symbolism for the year. Some of these are finished, some of them aren't, but like in this one I've already put, this was a root chakra, so I am safe, I am supported, I am secure. Stay grounded, stay rooted. This is my most recent one, was the heart chakra. My inner light shines bright. Clarity. And that's the other thing I'm bringing in is words. So rather kind of the New Year's resolutions, using words as a kind of guide for the year. Not finished. So you might kind of think of some words that kind of come up for you that you feel like that might be supporting you. My words for this coming year are, this is a bit more pictorial, are going to be mindfulness, clarity and balance. So they're the boards, but as I said, you can do it on anything really. I mean, these are quite small, but I'm sort of working with the idea of making this sort of affirmation set, which I'll be doing more of, because I'm going to be doing the Art and Soul Sundays, which are going to be once a month, and we're going to have a sort of project based, but kind of using again symbolism and imagery, painting, collage, drawing, writing, mark making, stenciling, stamping. You can make your own stamps, you can make your own stencils, however you want to do it. So that's my winter solstice one, almost complete. I'll probably do a bit of tweaking if I'm honest. I'm not sure if those little the veins of those leaves, I don't know if you can see them properly. I might come back with a darker version paint. And then I've got the flower of life within the sun there. What else? So I'll just give you some sort of tips, to kind of how to receive your sort of sacred symbol. Looking for things that repeat, that you keep coming up. And as I say, it might be a plant, flower, bird, an object, a symbol, just something that keeps coming up. It might be that something that appears in quite a dramatic way, something that, like the owl for me, came swooping in. It was like in my face. So something like that just keeps like, hello, look at me now. It might be that you're just hoovering and something might a spark will come in and, that'll be it. And then you could sort of meditate on it and you can sit and try and clear your mind and just see if anything comes in that way. And then we're going to paint it. So you kind of vision, is that because it's like a sort of affirmation, so something that you kind of, you want to bring in, that you sort of desire, sort of intention setting. So we'll meet, as I say, on Monday, and I'll get you we'll write it out on whatever you're doing. Write out what your kind of intentions are for the new year. Write out anything that you've learnt with your symbols. You can write it all in. It's all in there then, and then you'll paint over and then start building your image. And that could be abstract, it could be realistic, as I said, it can be quite stylized, it could be printed, it could be decorative, it can be in whatever form rocks your boat. What else? Yes, so if you wanted to do any printing, you can sort of prior to the session, you could cut out some little stencils or make a little stamp if you have any kind of lino or rubber stamp making things. What else? Sorry, I know I'm doing lots of umming because I haven't really prepared this, but I just thought it would be a nice thing to do, just to kind of give you, so you're not necessarily coming from scratch, but it, you know, equally it doesn't matter if you're going to come from scratch. It doesn't have to be finished within the hour and a half that we meet. Do you know what I mean? But if you'd like to join tomorrow, just let me know. You can either, on the Eventbrite I've put all over my Intuitive Painters page, or you can just get in contact and I'll get the Zoom code sent over to you. All right, Happy New Year. Happy intention setting. And also quickly, it's the new moon tonight, so we'll still be in that energy tomorrow night, which is really nice for bringing in the new, okay, leaving the dark behind. Yeah, and that is it. Okay, bye.